Greetings, Quantum Shadows. Hey, listen, I'm gonna keep it real short and sweet. 'Cause I just want to let y'all know, man. Don't be afraid to be by yourself. Don't be afraid to break away from the norm or what's considered to be the norm, and do you to get yourself together, to get peace of mind, to to have sound judgment. Okay? Because let me tell you something. Those old friends, please. I hope you're not still dealing with them. Because if you are, you're bound to repeat old patterns. Who knows what they are? I don't know. I don't want to hear it. Please write it in your book. But separation is the beginning of love and abundance. You got to separate yourself from the bullshit so you can reevaluate, so you can purge, so you can accept new information that's pure and right from the source. Because if you can't quiet your mind, do you understand that? If you can't quiet your mind so you can listen to your good side, if you can't listen to the source talk to you in faint whispers, because let me tell you something, the source is not going to fight for you. You have to fight for the source. I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if you understand that. If you got a whole lot of voices in your head, your friends are around you, you can't turn off the TV, you can't get away from social media. If you just can't focus, you need some time alone. That's a good sign that you need to be separated. If you're worried about impressing others, if you're worried about what others think about you, if you're worried about making up lost time and you're not even well yet, you need to be separated. Sad to say. You need time alone so you can purge and get all of that mess out of you. And what happens when we get mess out of us? Listen, we don't allow mess back in. That's what happens to a lot of us. We purge and we get mess out of us, and then we accept mess right back in. No, no. If you're a plant and you want to grow to the best of your abilities, what you'll find is that the plants that blow away at the wind don't have deep roots. And all a root does is dig deep to get to the source of the water, of the nutrition. It wants all of it. So a tree or a plant that's rooted deeply is hard to pull up. I did some garden work a couple months ago with a friend of mine, and what showed up on the top was so little. It had already been cut down. I guess I don't know how long ago. But I'm pulling on it and pulling on it and cutting at it and cutting at it. It took us at least an hour and a half to pull this, what looked to be a stump up from the root, because the root was so deeply embedded into the ground and it wasn't hard to pull up. Our goal in life is to get deep in our roots, to get deeply rooted in something. And you can't get deeply rooted in something if you're constantly listening to, if you can't focus on at least one thing at a time. That's the quantum side of things. You have to learn how to separate yourself so you can reevaluate, so you can focus on something. Because if you're around everybody and you you're like a ship lost at sea that's just drifting to and fro. You have no port. Separate yourself and discover your port so you know where you're going. That way you can cultivate your trip so you'll get there. But if you're listening and following and doing and surrounded by a bunch of bullshit, you'll drift to and fro. Know where you're going. This is a really short, sweet, and quantum side right here. I just wanted to let you know, man, get some direction in your life. Don't be afraid to be by yourself. By yourself, I value time when I'm by myself because that's the time when I can build on my resources. That's the time when I can get my roots deeper. It's time to work on you. It's time to work on you, not everybody around you. It's, it's not a show, it's a grow. All right? I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real with you. Or as the young people say, 100. If you want to get somewhere in life, don't be afraid to separate yourself, get yourself together, and guess what? Don't chase after what you lost. That's a big mistake. Never chase after what you lost. Magnify yourself so you could attract it to you again if it's for you. You see? Because when you connect with Source, Source knows everything that you need and it will gradually give it to you as it sees fit. Oh, he wants love. Well, let's see if he's ready for love. Let's throw him a test. Ah, he failed. He's not ready for love. He failed again. He's not ready for love. He failed again. He's not ready for love. You see? He failed again. He's not ready for love. It's going to keep throwing it at you because it knows that this is what you want. And Source is love. So Source is going to keep testing you, building you. Until one day you say, you know what? Oh, it isn't working. I must change. He wants riches. Let's see if he can handle a little bit of money. Nope, he can't handle a little bit of money. Nope, he can't handle a little bit of money. Nope, he can't handle a little bit of money. Nope, he can't handle a little bit of money. You hear that? A little bit of money. He can't handle it. But your desires are for a lot of money. But you haven't learned to budget and take care of the money that you have. Source, you're not going to fool Source. You're not going to do it. You're not going to pull the wool over Source's eyes. Wake up, smell the coffee. It's sour, it's bad. Make a new pot. That's life. That's the quantum side of things, man. That's the quantum side of things. Sad to say, sorry to tell you, but hey, it stinks and I can smell you. Clean it up. You got to clean it up. You got to separate yourself. Get out of your ego. Who are you trying to impress? Who are you trying to impress? Ask yourself, who am I trying to impress? People that don't even matter. Because nobody really matters if you're trying to impress anyone except yourself. The only way to truly impress yourself is to win over those thoughts that are in your own head, your own mind, the prison of your mind. Have you won over the ego in your head that says, "Oh, you're not good enough. You could never really recover. You could never really get over this. We're gonna make reservations. We'll be back." Have you conquered that person yet? Because if you haven't, listen, man, you're only fooling yourself. You're only fooling yourself. I'm trying to get you to I guess what they say, I'm trying to get you to the bag. I'm trying to get you to the bag. Conquer your demons. The only way to conquer your demons is to separate yourself and get your act together first. Until you do that, you're just picking up the pieces. Picking up the pieces. Because you're a mess and you're everywhere. Separate yourself. Reevaluate your life. Reevaluate your habits. Your diet. I'm trying to tell you, your diet, what you eat is what you become. You can't get hungry and feed yourself off a Snickers bar or a bag of chips or whatever the junk food is. It gives you a hint. It says junk food. Like begets like. This is a world, the quantum side is a world of law and principle. Because one day I said, you know what? I just want to cut to the chase. I want nothing but correct answers. You can't feed yourself with bullshit and expect miracles. All right? Learn to supply your cells with the proper things that electrify them. Hey, until you get out of the rut of your mind, your surroundings, your environment, you're going to keep repeating the cycle. What I'm telling you is things that will amplify you, will boost up your frequency. Okay? But you got to get with the program. Start from the basics. I love you guys. I went a little longer than I intended, but it's all love and abundance. Hey, like, share, do what you want, but raise your frequency.